Late, late yestreen I saw the new moon, with the old moon in her arms, and I fear, my master dear, we shall have a deadly storm, bold of St. Patrick's Pence. Well, if the bard was with the wise who made the grand old ballad of St. Patrick's Pence, this night, so tranquil now, will not go hence, and roused by winds that ply a busier trade than those which would yawn clawed in lazy flakes, or the dull sobbing draught that moans and drakes upon the strings of this Aeolian lute, which but afar we mute. For lo, the new moon winter bright, and overspread with phantom light, with swimming phantom light overspread, but rimmed and circled by a silver thread. I see the old moon in her lap, foretelling the coming on of rain and squally blast. And oh, that even now the gusts were swelling, and the slant night shower driving loud and fast. Those sounds which oft have raised me, whilst they owed, and sent my soul abroad, might now perhaps their wonted impulse give, might startle this dull pain, and make it move and live. A grief without a pang, void, dark and drear, a stifled, drowsy, and impassioned grief, which finds no natural outlet nor relief in word or sigh or tear. O lady, in this wan and heartless mood, to other thoughts by yonder thrustle wood, all this long eve, so balmy and serene, have I been gazing on the western sky, and its peculiar tint of yellow-green. And still I gaze, and with how blank an eye, and those thin clouds above in flakes and bars, that give away their motion to the stars, those stars that glide behind them or between, now sparkling, now blimmed, but always seen. Young crescent moon as fixed as if it grew in its own cloudless, starless lake of blue. I see them all so excellently fair, I see, not feel, how beautiful they are. My generous spirits fail, and what can this avail, to lift the smothering weight from off my breast? It were a vain endeavour, though I should gaze forever on that green light that linger in the west. I may not hope from outward forms to win the passion and the life whose fountains are within. O lady, we receive but what we give, and in our life alone does nature live. Ours is her wedding garment, ours his shroud, and would we aught behold of high worth than that inanimate cold were the load to the poor loveless ever anxious crowd? Ah, from the soul itself must issue from a light, a glory, a fair luminous cloud, enveloping the earth, and from the soul itself must there be sent a sweet and potent voice of its own birth, of all sweet sounds the life and element. O pure of heart, thou needest not ask of me what this strong music in the soul may be, what and wherein doth exist this light, this glory, this fair luminous mist, this beautiful and beauty-making power, joy which was lady joy that never was given, save to the pure, and in their purest hour. Life, and life's effluence clothe at once and shower. Joy, lady, is the spirit and the power, which winning nature to us gives in dower, a new earth and a new heaven, undreamt of by the sensual and the proud. Joy is the sweet voice, joy the luminous cloud. We in ourselves rejoice, and thence flows all that charms our ear or sight, all melodies the echoes of that voice. all colours a suffusion from the light. There was a time when, though my path was rough, this joy within me dallied with distress, and all misfortunes were but at the stuff, whence fancy made me dreams of happiness, for hope grew round me like the twining vine, and fruits and foliage not my own seemed mine. But now afflictions bow me down to earth, nor care I that they rob me of my mirth. But oh, each visitation suspends what nature gave me at my birth, my shaping spirits of imagination. For not to think of what I need must feel, but to be still and patient all I can. And haply by abstruse research to steal from my own nature all the natural man. This was my sole resource, my only plan, till that which suits a part infects the whole, and now is almost grown the habit of my soul. Hence, vibrate thoughts that coil around my mind, reality's dark dream. I turn from you and listen to the wind, which long has raved unnoticed. What a scream of agony by torture lithened out! That lute sent forth, thou wind, that rivest without bare crag, or mountain tarn, or blasted tree, or pine grove with a woodman never clomb, or lonely house, long held the witch's home, methink were fitter instruments for thee, mad lutanist, who in this month of showers, of dark brown gardens, and of peeping flowers, makest devil's yule, with worse than wintry song, with blossoms, buds, and timorous leaves among. Thou actor, perfect in all tragic sounds, thou mighty poet, even to frenzy bold, what tellest thou now about? 'Tis of the rushing of an host in rout, with the groans of trampled men, with smarting wounds. At once they groan with pain and shudder with the cold. But hush! There is a pause of deepest silence, and all that noise, as of a rushing crowd with groans and tremulous shuddering, all is over. It tells another tale, with sounds less deep and loud, a tale of less affright, and tempered with delight, as Otway's self had framed the tender lay. 'Tis of a little child upon a lonesome wild, not far from home, but she has lost her way, and now mourns low in bitter grief and fear, and now screams loud and hopes to make her mother hear. 'Tis midnight, but small thoughts have I of sleep. Full seldom may my friend such vigils keep. Visit her, gentle sleep, with wings of healing, and may this storm be but a mountain birth. May all the stars hang bright above her dwelling, silent as though they watched the sleeping earth. With the light heart may she rise, gay fancy, cheerful eyes. Joy lift her spirit, joy attune her voice. To her may all things live, from pole to pole, the life to eddying of her living soul. O simple spirit, guided from above, dear lady, friend devotest of my choice, thus mayest thou ever, evermore rejoice.